This is Rob Carbone, and you're listening to BD4.
He loops out to left field. Going to be a tough play. Jeter on the run, makes the play. And flies into the stands. Oh, what a play by Derek Jeter. There it goes. Deep to left. Really deep. See ya. Oh, my goodness. What a shot by Aaron Judge.
Way back left field. You've got to be kidding me. Goodbye, home run. I swear to the Lord, you got to put four fingers up. Torres comes to
See ya. See ya. See ya. A home run by Derek Jeter. Oh, what a ball game. A game-winning walk-off home run by Derek Jeter. He is Mr. November.
this one by Mattingly. Oh, hang on to the roof. Goodbye, home run.
It is high, it is far, it is gone. A tremendous home run to the back end of the grandstand in left field. The Sanchino. Oh, that Gary is scary.
Ball game over. Yankees win. Ah! Yankees win.
What is going on, guys? This is Rob Carbone coming at you with another episode of BD4, where there is no better way to get your Yankees and Knicks analysis. Yeah, it's been a little bit, since we recorded an episode here on BD4. There hasn't been much going on with either the Yankees or the Knicks. So we did take some time off, and I said it'd be about a week and or until some headlines start breaking. And what do you know? About a week later, we get the news. I looked last night that baseball's coming back. And after players and owners kind of feuded for months and really couldn't come to an agreement, they've, I guess, agreed to disagree. And Manfred I don't think it's official yet, but I think Manfred is planning on imposing this 60-game season now, where it will, we're going to get some baseball. So that's a positive, right? The first thing, and I've been pretty consistent with my opinion on this whole thing. I said, I really first of all, I tried to stay away from recording episodes on the same old boring subject, of these negotiations. I really didn't want to keep talking about that. It bored me to death. So I've been pretty consistent with what I've been saying, which was just let me know when there is a decision. I am good with either result at this point. I was waiting. I was ready, to be honest. I was completely ready for the big news to break that there is not going to be baseball. So, I was prepared for the worst, I would say. And, so with that said, I look at my phone, I get the breaking headline on MLB, the app, and, it looks like we're getting the season. So I can't be disappointed in that. I understand this is not going to be a very conventional season. It's not going to be your traditional baseball type of season, whereas baseball is all about the marathon and playing from April to October. We're not getting that, right? So I've kind of what you really have to do is just you should have prepared for that from the get-go, right? As soon as this whole thing started happening with the virus, you should have knew that we were not getting anything resembling a normal season, not close to resembling your traditional season. So having that already kind of I guess in what's the word, implanted in my head, it's easier to accept a very unorthodox style of baseball. So I was prepared for it if there was going to be a season, which is now there is. I've been prepared for this. So I can't say I'm surprised that we're doing 60 games. From what I hear, it's divisional games only, playing in your own ballparks, but obviously with no crowd. So it's going to be weird. It's going to be odd. Yankee Stadium, nobody there. The Yankees are all about the fans, right? Especially the Yankees. Baseball's about the fans, but the Yankees are, it's Bronx baseball. It's all about the bleacher creatures, the roll calls, the chants at Yankee Stadium all around. So that's odd. It's definitely going to be different, but I am happy that we're getting baseball in the Bronx, despite it not being despite the Bronx not being able to show up. Um, so I am happy that we're getting something. I'm too big of a baseball fan to be disappointed. I understand that it's not I understand that it's not baseball, right? This isn't really baseball supposed to be that dogfight, that 162 or at least 120 something games. And it's all about who can sustain, and fight off that fatigue the longest, to win that big World Series in the end, right? That's why the World Series is so awesome, because it's who can sustain that big 6 month dogfight, that baseball is. So I do understand that it's not necessarily going to be anything close to that. But again, man, it's natural for me to react positively to this. I'm just excited. I'm just a baseball fan. I need my routine back. you know, Even if it's not going to be as it was, I need my routine back. I need to, I had a routine every single night. I would go to work, 8 to 7, get home, shower and all that. By the time I get out of the shower and all that, it's 7:30, just in time to catch the Yankee game, right? I would DVR the fucking first couple innings. That's how big of a fan I was and am. So I would watch the whole thing as soon as I got home from work and cleaned up. And that was my routine every night, guys, in the summer. So I lost that. We've been not doing anything these last couple of months with no baseball. So I am I'm very excited to just be able to look forward to something now. And I know it's not going to be until the end of July where we get the official start of the regular season, but that's still not that far away when you think about it. We're already at the end of June, which is fucking crazy to me how we're already at the end of June. But yeah, so I'm not going to talk too much tonight. There's not much to talk about. I mean, I'm just probably going to wrap this up in about 5 or 6 minutes, but I just wanted to put out a quick little celebration episode that there will be Yankee baseball after all. That we're gonna get the Yankees, we're gonna get Bronx baseball. Yes, in a different fashion once again, but I'm excited to have baseball coming back. I'm ready for it, and it's gonna be a very interesting, especially once the season concludes, a long time from now. But how are people going to look at this season, right? Are you going to put that big asterisk next to whoever wins the title? Yeah, it's definitely going to be hard to accept wholeheartedly, not really getting a legitimate season. So it's like if the Yankees do win the championship this season, it's 27 and a third World Series championships. It's not 28. So it is odd. It is. I still don't really know how to feel 100% yet. I'm still trying to process how this is going to work. But again, the natural reaction in me, and I'm sorry for repeating myself so often in this video, in this podcast right now, but I don't have anything planned, nothing written down. But the natural baseball fan in me is excited. The Yankee diehard in me is excited. I'm a 25-year-old diehard Yankees fan, but I've been watching this team my whole life, and I can't help but to get excited that we're going to get these boys back on the field. So that's we're going to head to break, and then I guess when we get back from break, we'll dive right into the NYY NYK question of the day. All right, we'll be right back. Hey fellas, really quick before we continue with the show, I just want to remind you, if you haven't yet subscribed to BD4, be sure to do so right now. Just go to nysportstalkrc.wordpress.com/connect. one more time just in case. We are getting a 60-game season starting on, I think I read July 24th and ending September 27th. So the good thing about this is we're starting playoff baseball just in time, right? It's not going to affect next season, which is huge. That was kind of the number one thing I was worried about, is that it would be an NBA type of thing where the NBA is fucking, coming back, but they're ending late and they're going to start the next season late. So that's not what I wanted. I didn't want that for baseball, and so I'm glad that whoever Manfred figured out a way to where we can get, um, the 2021 season back to the basics here and back to normal. But as for this 2020 season, man, it's it's gonna go from July to normal time, from obviously starting in July but ending late October, the normal way. So it's traditional in that sense, and whereas we're just picking up where we would have left off. I don't know, but so it's a 30 game, 30 team season. Nothing new there. All 30 teams are playing, and we're gonna have the usual playoff format, which is also huge for me. I didn't want no crapshoot bullshit new technique that we're gonna try out, which is good. So we're still doing the 10 playoff format with 2 wild card teams, 2 wild cards from each league. So that's big. I like that. And it's that's pretty much it. We're not really trying to. Yeah, I didn't really write anything down. I just wrote the basic shit, and so the one thing I do hope, I guess, is that Aaron Boone doesn't use this to. I don't know why he would, but I hope we don't get, since it's a shortened season and the games matter that much more now. I hope that we don't get all these punt games, right? Because we know Aaron Boone or whoever it is, maybe the front office controlling him as a puppet. I hope the Yankees don't try and rest as often as they usually do and sit their players and kind of, half-ass it and go to the bullpen early and do all this type of shit to save energy. There's no reason to do that now. When you're playing 60 games, you should be able to play every single fucking one of them. And you got to be careful when it comes to punting and shit like that, because this is a 60-game season, and we know the Yankees usually like to start out slow. Now, maybe that's due to colder weather at the start of the year, and we might not get that now. We're going to get the warmer weather, obviously, but still, you have to be careful. You're playing 60 games. Anything could happen, right? The Yankees could end up going 28-32, whatever it is, and end up missing the playoffs. The Orioles could end up getting 500 ball and sneaking a wild card spot. Anything could happen in 60 games. Hot and cold streaks are limited now. You're just gonna have this. It's a small fraction of the season. It's just a little bit of a window. You're gonna have to find your groove and sustain it as long as fucking possible. So I hope that the Yankees go full force here and don't try to fuck around and secure that division title and play every game like it's your last, and that sounds cliche, but they really need to do that this time around, because this, I still want to win, despite it all being different, despite me being happy that we're going to have something fun to watch again. I'm still going to be that asshole fan. I'm still going to be the guy who's going to press them to fucking go hard. And I'm going to be that hardcore Bronx fan. I'm not going to change there. So I do apologize if you don't like that, but yeah, I think that's it. I think we're gonna get to our question of the day, our NYK question of the day, and then we'll wrap this up on that. So let's get to that right now. Right now. So for episode 137, it was a Knicks question because it was a Knicks episode, and we asked you. Jamal Crawford had played for a bunch of teams over his NBA career. He also played for the Knicks at once. What year was it when Jamal Crawford came to the Knicks? What season did Jamal Crawford come over to the Knicks? And the answer to that question is 2004-2005. That was the year he came from Chicago to the Knicks. And yeah, he played for the Knicks for, I don't know, a few years. I don't know the exact amount, but 04-05 is the answer to that question. Now, tonight's question, let's see if I can find it. Okay, so in 2009, obviously the Yankees won the World Series. They had a great all-around hitting team, hit homers, but also hit at a high clip. What was the team batting average for the Yankees in the 2009 postseason? what was the team batting average for the Yankees in the 2009 postseason? So message me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or just comment on one of our posts when we publish the podcast, and let me know the answer. And that's that. So once again, 2009. What was the Yankees postseason batting average in 2009? So that's the question for tonight. That's our NYK question of the day. Now that's pretty much that, guys. I like I said, I'm not going to do much tonight. Just a quick 15-minute episode, and I'm just glad baseball is coming back. I understand it's not going to be a conventional year, but it's back, and that's all I really give a shit about. That we're getting it back, and we're finally going to be able to have our routine back, guys. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see how this all goes down, and I'm so excited. When I looked at everything, I looked up the news. I didn't even read much about it, so that's why we didn't really have much to say, but a bunch of nonsense bullshit. And I don't even know how the negotiations went down. I paid little attention to the contract shit. I don't even know if the players are getting full pay this season. I have no idea what anything is about, really. All I know is is the baseball is back, and I know the few basics. 60 games, 10-team playoff in July to October. So that's all I know. I'm just happy it's back right now. I'm just celebrating, I guess, and that's going to be it for tonight's episode. So, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. That'll be it. I'm gonna wrap this one up, and as soon as we get anything else really underway, we'll start covering other things. But maybe we'll do our projections again, our statistical projections, where we dove into my predictions of every stat of every player. Maybe we'll do that again. But we'll see. Guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. All right, ciao.